Welcome back to the Sandbox. Thank you so much for coming back to play with me and Justin and Ethan and Rachel and Jeremy and Eyal here at Spring Creek High. So, some big things coming up. The party at Rachel's, even though she still seems reluctant to actually hold the party. She sort of got forced into it. But she's going to go through with it, sounds like, anyway. So, that'll be good because Spidey, our texting friend, has agreed to meet us there. And so we get to find out who Spidey is. Also coming up, Justin's going to go over to Ethan's house tonight and help him run lines. You know, just to practice Romeo and Juliet. You know, get the emotions, the feel of the scene. You know what I'm saying. So that should be fun. But in the meantime, we're still in the middle of the school day. And when I got to my classroom, there was a note on the door saying that class was canceled. After wandering around aimlessly, I decided to head back outside and enjoy the sun. I found myself walking back to the empty baseball field. It's quiet here, like earlier this morning. I stare at the spot that me and Ethan had our fight. At the spot my head nearly exploded with telekinetic energy. If Theo hadn't shown up and distracted me, I'm afraid to think of what might have happened. Suppression isn't working. I know that. What I need to do is tap into that feeling that I had the other night. The first night that Spidey messaged me. That feeling of hope. Looking around, I don't see anyone nearby. The baseball field isn't in the view of any of the buildings either. It's surrounded by thick trees to protect school property from any stray balls. Okay, what do I want to do? Floating, levitation, throwing. Oh. What's the difference between floating and levitation? Isn't that the same thing? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what any of these choices are going to lead to. Let's try... have we tried levitation before? I don't know. I don't think we have. Or is this... Is floating just in floating, but levitation is making something else float? I don't know. What I want to do is, like, see if Justin can lift his body up off the ground. Is that floating or levitation? Let's try. I don't know. We'll try floating. Nope. Let's start small by floating some random objects. Taking out my phone, I set it down on the grass and take a few steps back. I hold out my hand and let the thoughts of hope take over. Hope that I can gain control. Hope that I can get out of this town someday. Hope that I can just live a normal life. My phone begins to shake tentatively on the floor. I push through the pressure in my head and will the phone to rise up off the ground. Ta-da! Yes, I did it. I cheer, forgetting that I'm still somewhat exposed here. Okay, all right, let's try floating something else. I look around and I see a bat where the team usually sits. Well, if we had a team anyways. Holding out my hand, I focus all my energy into forcing a mental grip over the object. With minimal effort, the bat rises up and floats in place. That's what I'm talking about. My celebration is short-lived, however, as I lose concentration. The bat begins to shake violently before shooting in my direction. Oh, fuck. Diving to the ground, I take cover as it races overhead and across the field behind me. How far is it going to go? Okay, so that needs a little work. Don't lose focus on the objects when floating them. Got it. I check my phone for the time and inwardly sigh, noticing it's only 2 p.m. No new texts, not even from Spidey. What's his deal? Asking me to meet up at Rachel's party 1 minute and then totally blanking me the next. He probably regrets asking me. I don't know what kind of state he was in last night, but his texts seemed kind of desperate. Like he just needed someone to talk to. Well, I need to start taking control of my life. This power, wherever it came from, is now mine. I used to think it made me bad, made me a deviant. But now I'm realizing that it's those thoughts that got me into this mess. Power is power, and it's my choice how I use it. Do I let it swallow me? Do I let it consume my life and control my actions? No. I'm going to take the reins now and forge my own destiny. A dissonant voice says, "Your destiny has already been written." An eerie voice calls out, a mere whisper on the breeze. I quickly look around, but I don't see anything. I am totally alone. But that can't be right. I definitely heard someone calling out to me, and I have this weird sensation that I'm now being watched. Who's there? There's no response, just the rustling of distant trees and echoes of birds chirping in the forest. All right, this isn't funny, I say, fearful that they saw what I was doing. That would be bad news. I should have been more careful. What if they tell everyone and the whole town finds out that I'm a freak? Join the hunt. Become the hunt. The voice whispers again, but this time my head pulses with power as control begins to slip away. Alone you are weak. Together we are strong. Leave me alone! My head pulses violently, forcing me to my knees. Even with my eyes closed, all I can see is the vibrant blue power leaking out of me, sending waves of energy outwards as I try to regain my control over it. The chase has begun, and so the hunt will follow. Stop, please! I beg, the words gripping hold of my untapped power and forcing it out. Leave me alone! I can't take this! The hounds are snarling, and the steeds are bucking. Nothing stops the hunt once the chase has begun. The words prick into my temples, forcing even more power to the surface. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. Get out of my head! I scream, a surge of power taking over my body and rushing out in a devastating wave. My body falls limply to the ground, all of my energy drained. I gotta go. Something's wrong. I'll call you back. I hear a familiar voice say from across the field. Through my blurry vision, I make out Theo's face as he leans over me. Oh, shit. What happened? I don't think anyone saw. Okay, let's get you out of here. I feel his arms wrap around my body as I finally lose consciousness, succumbing to the dark. I'm standing in total darkness. No sights, no sounds, no smells. Just me and my thoughts, all alone. What was that voice in my head? Who's been watching me? Something doesn't feel right. I don't feel alone here. Justin. Who's there? I call out, but my voice echoes through the void with no reply. My body feels weightless here. Where am I? Justin. The voice gets louder, and my body jerks violently in response. No, stop. I don't want to hurt anyone. I beg, scared that my power might explode. Justin, wake up. No, get away. Whoa, it's okay. Calm down. It's just me. Theo's voice says soothingly, holding me as I lash out in blind panic. What? Where am I? Who was speaking? Theo holds me tightly, his warm body radiating a comforting heat. It's just me. We're in the gymnasium. I brought you here after seeing you collapse on the old baseball field. I wriggle out of Theo's grip, trying to get my bearings, as weird flashes of memories come back to me. You fucking scared me, man. I thought you got struck by lightning for a minute. Did you see anyone else? No, just you. I swear that I heard... Oh, fuck. Oh, my head is killing me. Do you have any painkillers? Just breathe through it, man. I don't think going to the nurse's office is going to be much help. Oh, I really need to get my shit together. Thanks for saving me. Again. Let's not make it a habit, huh? I stand up slowly, my legs feeling like jelly. Take it slow. Don't force yourself up if you don't feel good. Trust me, it takes time. Thanks, but I'll be all right. What do you mean, it takes time? Oh, nothing. I just mean after fainting like that, it takes a moment for your body to get back to normal. Bad liar. Terrible liar. Uh-huh, he knows. Why are you following me, Theo? First, you randomly approach me in the library, and then you swoop in and save the day in the locker room. And now you just happen to be close by twice in one day at a part of the school that's all but abandoned? Just a coincidence, man. I at least figured you'd be grateful for what I've done. I could have just left you there. You've terrorized this school for years, ruthlessly over the past 11 months. You can't force yourself into my life, say a few heartfelt words, and then not expect me to think that you're up to something. It's not my fault. How is it not your fault, Theo? You control your own actions, no one else does. Well, who asked you for your opinion anyways? Next time you collapse, don't expect me to help you, ungrateful fucking idiot. Look, I really appreciate your help. I'm just trying to understand why you've changed all of a sudden. And it's not like you're nice to everyone now. You were rude as fuck to Eyal yesterday. So why are you being so nice to me? What do you want? I just want someone to talk to. He sighs in defeat. You're the only person who's shown me any resemblance of kindness. When I approached you the other day in the library, I was planning on humiliating you. It was my first day back, and everyone was whispering about the fire. I just needed them to talk about something else. Anything else. But when you offered your support, it really touched me, man. You're the only person that's genuinely offered that, and it meant a lot. Surely other people have too. Nope. Everyone is pretty much in the same boat as your friend, Dalamar. Don't listen to them. You obviously didn't set fire to your own house. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy, yeah. He chuckles sarcastically, his gaze not meeting my own. It's silent for a moment, a quiet tension building in the space between us. Everyone else is in class, so the hallways outside are empty and there's not a soul nearby. I did it. What? I got angry and lost control. I set fire to the house. Wait, why are you telling me this? What the f***, Theo? I'm hoping you'd understand and see that I'm not a bad guy. You set fire to your home, Theo, with your family still inside. Your mom is still in the hospital, and you did that? Yes, don't you think I fucking know that? I know it's fucked up, idiot, but I couldn't control it. I need to go. You can't. Not before I show you. Show me what? Do you trust me? What kind of question is that? You just told me you burned down your house and hospitalized your own mother. How can I trust anything you say? You need to believe me. I never meant for any of that to happen. It's killing me that I did that to her. She's the only person who's been in my corner. Despite everything my father says and does, she's been there for me unconditionally. I'm not sure if it's my body telling me that I'm a cold monster or feeling unnerved right now, but Theo's hand feels impossibly warm on my shoulder. I see him begin to spiral, beads of sweat rolling down his forehead. It's all his fault. Everything. This isn't good. He's getting angry. I need to get out of here. I begin to move, but his eyes dart to me, and I freeze under his glare. You can't leave. Not until you understand. I need to show you that we're the same. Theo, wait. Whatever you're about to do, just stop. I can't. You need to see. You don't need to do this, I say as he takes several steps towards the center of the room. Once he reaches the center, his gaze remains fixed on me as I try to assess the closest way out, the green running man to your left. If he tries to stop me, I'll just push him back. I have the power to protect myself. Getting out of here shouldn't be a problem. He can't stop me. I force my feet in the ground and begin to run, charging for the closest exit. Theo, see? It is the X-Men. And Theo is Rogue. Which makes Justin Jean Grey? Jean Grey had telekinesis, right? Theo's eyes trail me carefully, and he takes a deep breath before roaring out in unbridled rage. In an instant, a blazing inferno erupts from him, surrounding his body with intense flames. The blaze races out, blocking my path and trapping me inside the gym. I stare back at him, his concentration fixed on the flames, trying to remain in control. I saw you on the field. He winces, his face contorting as an invisible pain strikes his head. I saw what you can do. We're the same, Justin. And as if by magic, the flames begin to die down as Theo regains composure, his jacket burned away with no trace except for the lingering smell of burnt fabric. Why didn't his pants burn away too? I'm just asking. The rage that burst out of him slowly simmered until finally the flames were nothing but a memory. I fall to the floor, completely overwhelmed by what just happened. How? I'm not the only one. No, you're not. He said, there's that pose again. Not at all seductive. Nope. He's just, casually sitting on the gym floor, shirtless. He sits across from me, leaving a comfortable space between us. I know you have questions, so take your time, and when you're ready, ask whatever you need. All right, well, let's start with the house fire. So, the fire, it was you. Yes. I got into an argument with my father, and I lost control. One moment I was yelling, and the next my body was engulfed in raging flames that spread like wildfire. Before I realized what happened, it was too late. The entire West Wing was on fire, and my mother and baby sister were trapped. You can't blame yourself. I know firsthand how difficult it is to stay in control. You've seen me nearly blow up twice now. It's not your fault. Just because it was an accident, that doesn't not make it my fault. I got angry, lost control, and set everything on fire. It's that simple. I know how you feel. I am terrified of hurting the people I love. The only saving grace is that I managed to get my little sister out safely. When I realized what happened, I rushed into the flames without thinking. That's when I noticed that I couldn't feel them. My body is constantly radiating heat, and I guess I'm just fireproof or something now. When I found them, my mother begged me to take my sister first. She knew I could only carry one of them, and that if I left her, she might die. I can't imagine how scary that must have been. It sounds terrifying. Yeah, I was scared of losing the only person that cared about me. Once I got my sister to safety, I raced back inside, but it was too late. My mother was in the center of the fire, screaming out in pain. I still hear the sound of her cries crackling in my head. I don't think I'll ever forget seeing her red, blistered body writhing in pain. You got her out, though. She's alive because of you. She's in a medically induced coma because of me. The doctor said that the pain and the shock of seeing how she looks might actually kill her. What everyone is saying is true. Not that they know that. I'm trying to be good, Justin. I don't want to hurt people anymore, especially my family. But when the whole world calls you a villain, when everyone thinks you're the bad guy, how do I break free from that? How do I show them that they're wrong? I don't believe you're bad, Theo. You've been under a lot of pressure, and you just lost control. If you want to be good, I'm here to help and support you however I can. Thank you, Justin. That really means a lot. Origin story. So, when did you first find out that you had powers? It's been so long now. Maybe about a year ago? I was arguing with my father, what's new, and I needed to cool down. We have a large garden, and so I went for a walk and tried to practice these breathing exercises that I found online. I smile inwardly, not feeling so alone. The anger inside me just bubbled away, turning into this intense, roaring rage. Knowing nobody would hear me, I yelled out, trying to just ease the pain, but my body exploded with flames, igniting the grass and the trees around me. I discovered mine about a year ago, too. All this time, we thought we were alone, but we weren't. Knowing someone else was going through this would have made everything easier. I've gone through every emotion possible, all on my own. Which has been a nightmare when I know that controlling this power is all about making sure I stay in control of my emotions. I know what you mean. I'm still trying to get a hang of that part. I set fire to my house, so same. Where do you think they came from, these powers? I mean, they can't have just come from nowhere. The only thing I know for sure is that I'm missing time. The last night of the camping trip last year, I can't remember it. Huh. Rachel mentioned something about that at lunch. But me and Ethan had no recollection whatsoever. What the hell is going on here? Is Ethan also a mutant? Is he Cyclops? Maybe he is. I don't remember anything about that night either. I assumed I just went to bed early. But I suppose I could be missing time too. The voices. This is going to sound weird, but I need to ask you something. Weirder than me shooting out a wall of fire? Yes. Oh, fuck. Okay, hit me with it. Do you ever hear voices? Like people talking? Yes, but people that aren't there. People you can't see. No, that's never happened to me. Why? I heard this unfamiliar voice calling out to me on the baseball field. It was forcing me to use my powers. I couldn't control them, and, well, you saw what happened. That hasn't happened to me. I wonder if it's unique to what you can do. It doesn't feel like that. Honestly, it feels like someone is trying to get inside my head, trying to control my actions and the path I go down. That would be me, Justin. I'm inside your head, controlling your path. The player. Well, now there's two of us. So if there's someone out there that's trying to f with you, then they have to deal with me now too. Thank you. What time is it? Oh, hold on, let me check. You were out for a couple of hours. I watch curiously as he pulls out his phone. My eyes then trail upwards, and I stare at the sprinklers above us. How come your fire didn't set them off? Theo looked back at me in confusion before realizing I was talking about the sprinklers. Oh, I disabled them a few months back. I needed somewhere quiet and open to practice control, so I come here at night. I just go out into the forests. On your own? Oh, that can't be safe. I know where I'm going. You don't need to worry about me. So, did you get the time? Yeah, sorry. It's 4:25 p.m. What? What? Oh, I'm going to be late. I thought it was quiet because everyone was still in class. No, school ended while you were still unconscious. Wait. Do you, you notice anything here about Theo? Just, I'll give you a second to take a look. Why didn't his pants burn away? I'm just asking. Why why the jacket and not... Okay. I gotta go. I'm supposed to be meeting my friends. We're going shopping. Do you think maybe you should cancel? You've been through a lot today. No, I can't. They already suspect something's wrong. You saw the fight I had with Ethan this morning. I can't blow this. I am not ready for them to know. Justin, just take a minute to breathe. I'm sorry, Theo, but I need to go. I promise that I will keep your secret. I won't tell anyone. If you need to talk, text me. Can we finish this conversation tomorrow? Sure. Thank you. Thank you. I say, absently wrapping my arms around him, feeling that warm skin. He stiffens at my touch, but I don't pay much attention. I quickly let go and dart off to meet my friends at the park. Oh, that's the wall? Oh, all right. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining me again. Damn it. I was just getting into it. All right. Well, here I am, patiently waiting for the next update. Thank you, Blake. We love you. Come on back. Join me next time, right back here in the sandbox.